Kamruzaman Chaudhary, that the Congress party has to buckle down, and after briefing a principal on Teachers' Day to withdraw the award, it smacks of appeasement and it smacks of humiliation of a teacher who's held high standards in his performance being humiliated by a Congress government, and happening on Teachers' Day. Really a shame in this country. Kamruzaman Chaudhary, do you think the Congress party should apologize tonight?
Well, Navika ji, I feel that in the first instance, declaring Mr. Ramakrishna as a best principal of Karnataka is itself an error of judgment. And why I say this? Let me quote you the judgment of Justice Sudhanshu Dhulia, where he said, by asking the girls to take off their hijab before they enter the school gates, and we have all seen that video being viral, is first an invasion on their privacy, then it is an attack on their dignity, and then ultimately it is a denial to them of secular education. They are clearly violative of Article 19(1)(a), Article 21 and Article 25(1) of the Constitution of India. Hence, there will be no restriction on the wearing of hijab anywhere in schools and colleges in Karnataka. This is the judgment of a justice, of a Supreme Court judge. And you expect the Karnataka government to award this teacher, who has no doubt gone with the order of the state government at that time. But stopping the girls on the gates of the premises is not an attack on the female students' dignity and self-respect. Don't you think that such a person should not have been considered?
Let me correct you and let me put the facts on the table. Number one, this rule, this law and this charter existed in the education department since 1995, sir. So it was not a BJP rule. It was on since 1995, number one. Number two, if it is the rules that were put like this, and implementation of rules cannot be held against an individual principal, because that's what the charter of rules says. Everything can be changed only in future after the judgment. It is not retrospective. And number three, let me tell you that when the selection committee, which consists of experts, and these experts include experts from the education department, ex-principals, the association of principals, they are the experts doing the job, my friend. And you are saying that the education department headed by the Congress government should take a call. Why do you have an expert committee? Why is there an expert committee, Nalin Kohli, if all decisions have to be taken by the minister? And why humiliation of a principal on the Teachers' Day? Is it not a question that should be asked?
I am the future that was born 100 years ago. I am the purpose that emerged with India's independence, to be a force for business that makes doing good our business. Towards an independence where knowledge sets us free. To think big and achieve bigger. To take India to the world and the world to India. Creating pathways of self-reliance. To stand for progress, the planet and the people. Towards a future made perfect. And be a force creating abundance. Because independence is not a moment in history. It's a never-ending path to prosperity. Aditya Birla Group, a force for good.
Navika.
So, of course it should be asked, Navika ji, and the first thing is, if the Congress party wishes to, no, let me just finish, Kamruji, let me finish, you come after that. Let's not talk over each other, bhai sahab. So let the Congress party has much to answer. If the Congress party wants to appease the SDPI, they should say so. Be open about it. Let them tell even the Muslims of Karnataka that they stand with the SDPI, because not all Muslims agree with the SDPI's agenda. It's a rather radical group. Many people will not agree with it. There are Muslim women who don't wear hijab. So tell them also that we want to follow what the SDPI says and follow their complaints. There are many people who would say that the Taliban, what it's doing is against women's rights. Tomorrow, if an organization like the SDPI says, we want full burqa, so let the Congress government say that yes, we stand with the SDPI. Why be defensive about it? Let them say openly, this is our agenda. We wish to stand with the SDPI. We agree with it. We want to disown what we started as a Congress or a non-BJP government way back in 1995. We want to humiliate a teacher for doing his job and following the rules that came from 1995. Let them say all of this. Why blame the BJP for it? Why drag the BJP into it? Say this is your agenda, be proud of it, stand there proudly and say this is our agenda, we will do this, no problem. And the last thing, Sudhanshu Dhulia sir is a respected judge. He wrote the judgment, one part, but so did Justice Hemant Gupta, right exactly on the other side, agreeing with the ban of the hijab. So there is a split verdict. That's where that judgment stands. So if my friend Kamru Zaman Chaudhary wants to rely on Sudhanshu Dhulia sir's judgment, which he must and he should, there's no problem. He must be at least fair to point out to the viewers that the other side of the same bench had an opposite view. Quote both. Then you won't be seen biased, standing to defend the Congress's indefensible decision and standing there to say, yes, we agree with the SDPI.
Absolutely.